This is Optimal Startup Daily, episode 683, Lessons in Innovative Leadership from Nike and Increase Your Happiness Level for Success, both by Douglas Lang of altris.co.nz. And I'm Dan, I am your host and your narrator here, and today I'm reading two articles for you from Douglas Lang, so let's get right to the first one as we optimize your life. Lessons in Innovative Leadership from Nike by Douglas Lang of altris.co.nz. I recently attended a talk by Dr. Erez Morag, an innovation expert who was employed by Nike to develop their innovative sports footwear. Dr. Morag talked about what we can learn from the approaches taken to innovation in sport and apply these to the business and leadership world. Three areas resonated with me as elements that leaders might consider in developing more of an innovative edge. Speed is king. When you have a good idea, often one of those that come to you when you're in the shower or at the gym, you need to do something with the idea before you get interrupted or distracted by something else. Otherwise, the great idea gets forgotten or you find a reason not to progress it because something else takes your attention. Morag's suggestion is to take some kind of action in the first 20 minutes after you think of the idea, even if it's simply to decide on a next step to get it moving. Action. Remember that idea you had this morning? What can you do to move it forward by just one step? Every muscle counts. One of the things that separates innovative organizations and leaders from others is the way they encourage all levels of employee to make suggestions and contribute their ideas. For this to happen, senior leaders have to recognize the impact their presence in the room can have on the willingness of more junior staff to speak up with their thoughts. Morag's solution is highest rank speaks last. Using this approach, in a meeting where ideas are being explored, the most senior leader listens to ideas from all others before expressing his or her view. That way, more junior staff are less likely to be intimidated or feel they need to support the view expressed by the boss, and more likely to come up with what might just be the next big idea. Action. Next time you're looking for your team to come up with more ideas about ways to improve products or services, think about getting them to make their suggestions first before you offer yours. And offer innovative solutions to real problems. Morag talked about the fact that some organizations, in the interest of developing new products and services, end up creating solutions that solve problems that customers don't see. While this might seem to be a proactive, innovative approach, if customers don't perceive the problem you're looking to fix, the uptake of your solution is likely to be low. It's much better to find out from customers what their main issues are with the existing products and services they're using. Then, based on a better understanding of these, look at how you can innovate to resolve these issues. Action. Ask yourself if you and your team are spending time on solving problems that you perceive as important to your clients or customers, but maybe aren't. If you think this might be the case, find out a bit more about what their real issues are and then develop innovative solutions for these. Morag's overall message concerned the value of cross-pollination between sport and commerce and leadership. Keeping ourselves open to exploring approaches being used outside our own industry or sphere of expertise can offer up exciting opportunities for innovation in our teams and businesses. Where could you look for your next breakthrough idea? Increase Your Happiness Level for Success by Douglas Lang of altris.co.nz. In a previous post, I talked about research that shows that rather than what we have previously assumed to be the case, i.e. that success, the next promotion, pay raise, relationship, leads to happiness, the relationship is actually reversed and happiness leads to success. Rather than happiness coming from the successful achievement of goals such as the previously mentioned, the success leads to happiness equation actually works in the opposite direction. Those people who are happier and more positive are those who then become more successful. Happier salespeople make more sales. Happier students do better in exams. Happier doctors make better diagnoses, etc. I was recently running a positive leadership session with a group of young leaders. This session is based on a number of elements of positive psychology, and as part of the session, we talked about this relationship between happiness and success. While in principle the participants got the idea, a number of them had trouble translating the theory into some actionable steps they could take. Some also felt that people were naturally happy or unhappy or less happy, and so didn't that mean that if you were less happy naturally, you would not become so successful? Was your level of success therefore also preset? Fortunately, there has been research done into this area, and so I talked to them about the work of Sonia Lubomirsky. Lubomirsky has put together a representation she calls the happiness pie, which looks at the proportion of someone's happiness that is based on their DNA or genetics, i.e. preset, and how much can be impacted by things they do. The happiness pie shows that while approximately 50% of our happiness level is pretty much set, 10% can be impacted by the circumstances around us, how wealthy we are, our job, whether we are married or in a steady relationship, etc., and the other 40% can be affected by interventions we can choose to make. So even if we're not naturally happy people, according to Lubomirsky's work, we can still take steps to boost our preset level and, as a result, increase our chances of being successful. There are many steps that you can take to boost your happiness level, and these can be broadly thought of as falling into 4 areas. Things that help your thinking. For example, journaling, meditation, celebrating success, focusing on strengths. Things that are beneficial to your body, like yoga, smiling, exercise, sleep, awareness of body posture. Things relating to the environment you create around you. For example, listening to music, reading a book, not watching TV, or playing a board game. And finally, things that impact on your relationships. For example, doing random acts of kindness, saying thank you, providing positive feedback, and really listening to someone. As with many things, knowing the theory is one thing, but putting the theory into practice is what you need to do to make a difference. So, as I said to the positive leadership session participants, if you buy into the happiness leads to success hypothesis, I recommend looking to build the habitual use of some intentional activities in one or more of the 4 areas previously mentioned. This approach will help to increase your store of positive emotions and, over time, help you become happier than your preset level. Not only will this be a better place to live emotionally, but it is also likely to result in being and feeling more successful. What have you got to lose by giving it a go? You just listened to the posts titled Lessons in Innovative Leadership from Nike and Increase Your Happiness Level for Success, both by Douglas Lang of altris.co.nz. And big thanks to Douglas and the team at Altris for letting us share his work today. Altris is all about releasing potential. They deliver coaching-based programs for organizations, teams, and leaders. And while they have a range of specialized leadership development and executive coaching solutions, they believe that each leader, team, and organization is unique, and so the solutions they deliver must be distinctive. They've got a ton of resources on their site that you can check out, from their blog, which I'm reading from here, to executive coaching, recruitment support, leadership, and team development, and more. So come by altris.co.nz for all of that, and Altris is spelled Altris. But that should do it for today. Hope you enjoyed our 2 posts from Altris, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.